At the university graduation party, a group of classmates were playing Truth or Dare. Just as the game was heating up, the bottle spun and landed on Jack, a timid and introverted guy. The campus beauty smirked and asked him a provocative question: if you could take a girl upstairs for some exercise, who would you pick? No one knew where Jack suddenly found the courage, but he didn't hesitate to name the blonde girl he secretly had a crush on. The problem? She already had a boyfriend, Curly. Jack's answer instantly enraged Curly, who not only humiliated him in front of everyone but also threw a punch at him. The party ended on a sour note, and the scene shifts to several months later. Ryan, the campus beauty's boyfriend, along with Curly, the blonde girl, and Luke, all received an invitation to Jack's birthday party. They drove to a grand estate, only to discover that Jack, the seemingly ordinary guy, was actually a low-key rich heir. However, something felt off. Despite the mansion's vast size, there wasn't a single soul in sight. Just then, an old man appeared and informed them that Jack was waiting in a cabin deep in the woods. But when they arrived, Jack was nowhere to be found. Instead, they met his older brother, let's call him Jason. Jason apologetically told them that Jack had a last-minute emergency and couldn't make it. Curly, of course, was secretly delighted. He was only here for the free food and drinks anyway. Jack's absence was just an added bonus. To kill time, Jason suggested they play a round of Truth or Dare. At first, everyone enjoyed the thrilling game, laughing and teasing one another. But when it was Jason's turn, he pulled out a postcard that had the words Truth or Dare written on it. Then, his expression darkened. He revealed that this very postcard was an anonymous death threat sent to his brother. Because of it, Jack had hanged himself in this very cabin, and the person who sent it was among the 5 of them. Tonight, Jason vowed to uncover the truth and avenge his brother. Curly scoffed, clearly unimpressed. But before he could make a move, Jason swiftly subdued him. Turns out, Jason wasn't just any ordinary man, he was a former soldier, a man who had taken lives before. With the situation now under his complete control, Jason instructed Luke to assist him. Meanwhile, he tied up the remaining 4. He had a reason for trusting Luke. Back at the graduation party, Jack had only dared to confess to the blonde girl because Luke had encouraged him. To Jason, that meant Luke had no reason to threaten Jack. The interrogation began. Jason first questioned the blonde girl. Anyone could have sent the postcard, but the most obvious suspect was Curly, given his previous conflict with Jack. However, Curly argued that he had an alibi. He wasn't even in the country when the postcard was sent. Desperate to save herself, the campus beauty quickly threw him under the bus. So what? You could have had someone mail it for you. Whether you were in the country or not makes no difference. And just like that, their so-called friendship crumbled in an instant. When it was Curly's turn, he chose Dare. Jason smirked and brought out a special setup, 2 glass containers, one filled with sulfuric acid and the other with water. He then inserted a tube into the blonde girl's mouth and told Curly to pick one. One wrong choice, and she'd be dead. Trembling, Curly hesitated but finally picked the right one: water. The blonde girl survived, but no one dared to relax, because this terrifying game had only just begun.